Hi guys, welcome to my channel. This is Karima. Today's video we're going to be preparing iftar together. We'll be making this yummy coconut rice with peppered shrimp. Trust me, you need this recipe. Okay, make sure you watch the video until the very end. I'm gonna list all the ingredients in the description box so you can check it out over there. Without further ado, let's dive into it. So the first thing I'm going to do is to add some oil into a pan. I'm gonna put some sliced onion in there. We're just gonna saute that for like 2 minutes. So now I'm gonna add in my washed rice. This is regular long grain parboiled rice. It already comes parboiled, so I didn't have to parboil it. All I did was wash it on that clear water. I'm going to fry it for about 5 minutes at this point. Then I'm gonna add some seasonings, some salt, some seasoning powder, and coconut milk. Because this is coconut rice, right? I want the rice to have that coconut flavor. So in order for it to have that strong coconut flavor, I'm going to add the coconut milk from scratch and kind of like pre-cook the rice in coconut water at this point. So that's essentially what I'm doing here. And I kept the seasoning very light because I'm gonna add additional seasoning later on. So we're gonna cover that and just let it cook. Moving on, I'm going to move to the peppers. I'm using some red bell peppers, some habanero peppers, and some onion. So we're going to just slice this up, add it into my food processor, and we're gonna blend this. But you want to blend it coarsely. You don't want it to be like very smooth. Just blend it coarsely. That's why I use my food processor. And then I'm going to make the sauce. So we're gonna add some oil into a pan. Go ahead and add some sliced onion. Okay, that's like a base. Sliced onion is a must for everything. Sliced onion, some crushed garlic as well. If you know me, you know that these are like my go-to base. It's like not negotiable for me. If you have fresh ginger, please go ahead and add it at this point. I didn't have fresh ginger on hand, so I'm using powdered ginger. Now I'm gonna add the blended pepper mix. So we're gonna add that in, and then the seasonings. So I'm using ground ginger, I'm using white pepper, so you can add as little or as much as you want. I'm just eyeballing things at this point. And for reference, I cooked about 3 cups of rice. So we're gonna add some seasoning powder, some salt as well, some paprika powder. This will give it some additional color, you know. So now I'm gonna stir everything together and let this fry for about 10 minutes. So I'm gonna cover it and just let it fry for about 10 minutes. So while that is frying, we're going to check up on the rice. The rice cooked for about 15 minutes. The coconut milk had dried up completely at this point. So the rice is not completely cooked yet. It's about 60% cooked, but that's okay because we're still going to cook it some more in the pepper sauce. So we're just gonna turn off the heat and set the rice aside. Now back to the pepper sauce. The oil has kind of floated to the top at this point. You can see that it's completely fried. Now I'm gonna add in some bell peppers. I'm using red bell peppers, some green bell peppers, and some yellow bell peppers. If you want to use like some more vegetables like sweet corn, peas, green beans, things like that, you can add it at this point, but I'm not doing that. So now I'm gonna add the rice into the pepper sauce, and I'm just going to mix everything together. So the goal is to coat every single grain of rice in the pepper sauce. So you want to mix it up really good. So I mixed it for about 5 or so minutes. So the goal here is to allow the rice to absorb all the goodness and yumminess from that pepper sauce. Okay, you want everything to kind of marinate together. Then I'm gonna add some more coconut milk. So I'm gonna add about half of a can here. So we're just going to mix that up and add some spring onion for a little bit of crunch. So add some spring onion in there. I put a little bit of more coconut milk because I really want the rice to have a strong coconut flavor. Like, it's coconut rice, so you should be able to really taste that coconut from it. So I'm gonna add a little bit more coconut milk. I didn't use the entire can, just a little bit at this point. So we're gonna cover that and let it simmer. Now to make the shrimp, we're gonna add some unsalted butter into a pan. I kept a little bit of pepper mix when I blended, so I'm going to add that here. This is uncooked pepper mix. And now we're gonna put some black pepper, some ground ginger, some seasoning powder, and some onion powder. okay, and some crushed garlic. Crushed garlic is like non-negotiable. So we're gonna add that in there. Gonna mix that up, for a few minutes, and then we're gonna add in the shrimp. And the shrimp does have the tail on, but it's shell off, so that's fine, and it already came deveined. If it doesn't come deveined, make sure you devein your shrimp before you cook it. So we're going to cook it in the pepper sauce for about 5 minutes. Shrimp doesn't take long to cook, and I did this on low heat. If you're using high heat, then you should definitely cook it for lesser time. You don't want to overcook your shrimp. Now I'm going to add some parsley flakes for some garnish, and that was it for the shrimp. And you guys, this might be the best and the easiest shrimp recipe out there. It was so good. Now back to the rice. The coconut water had dried up from it. The softness is like on point. It was, well cooked at this point. And if you notice that I didn't use any water at all in this recipe, that's because I really want the rice to have that strong coconut flavor. I want you to be able to tell that this is coconut rice and not regular rice, right? So I didn't use any water. The coconut milk was sufficient. And this was my iftar for like day 7 or day 8 of Ramadan. And you guys, I served it with my pepper shrimp, and this was so good. Believe me, you want to try this recipe. And this shrimp, you can cook like your salmon this style as well. You can make your fish this style as well. You guys, this is so good. So that's it for this recipe. I hope you enjoyed watching that. Let me know what you think of it. Don't forget to like this video, comment down below, subscribe to my channel if you're not already subscribed, and check out my other videos. And I'll see you guys next time on another Cook With Me episode.